Hi everyone, I'm back again doing another vinyl tag. This one is based on David Bowie. Thanks to SW Studio Productions, they come up with the idea of a Bowie vinyl tag. And if you look over there, he's in the corner, he's smiling, so let's crack on with it. There's 14 questions and 2 bonus questions, so I'll be answering all 16. So the first question is, the first Bowie album you had heard. The first one I'd heard was Changes One Bowie. It was one of my brothers. I've got 3 elder brothers. It was one of their copies that I end up pinching. I buy, whenever I see it, I buy Changes One or I buy the best of Bowie. And I tend to give these away to people who are just starting collections to see if it has the same influence as it had on me to introduce them to Bowie. Question number 2, the first Bowie album you bought. My first one was The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Great album, great start, introduction really. Question number 3, favourite cover. A lot of people have gone for Aladdin Sane, but my favourite cover is my favourite Bowie album, Scary Monsters and the Super Creeps. This came out when I was about 16, so I think that's why it's influenced me. And we've actually got the poster of the original 1980 poster that I bought. We've actually got framed now in our dining room. And on here, the big hit on here was Ashes to Ashes. But Robert Fripp is absolutely fantastic on this album. Also has the singles Up the Hill Backwards, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, Ashes to Ashes and Fashion. But it also has things like Teenage Wildlife, what a song. A thing about when they did the Ashes to Ashes video, remember the one that was on the beach with the bulldozer behind him and Bowie's dressed as the clown, the Pierrot clown. Apparently, while they were filming, Steve Strange behind him, an old bloke was walking his dog and came into shot. So the video director went over to him, Bowie went and sat down and said, "Do you know who that is?" And the bloke just said, some C word, let's say, some C word in a clown suit. And Bowie said, well, that kind of brought me down to earth. So, question number 4, your 2 favourite eras. It's difficult with eras when it comes to Bowie, because if you think from 1972 to 1977, he'd had the glam rock of Ziggy, Aladdin Sane. He'd had a bit of American type rock, or Rolling Stones type rock, with Diamond Dogs. He'd had the soul of Young Americans, Station to Station, and he also had the German electronics of Low and Heroes. So in that 5 years, you normally class that as one era, but it's 3 different genres of music. But I have gone for. I've started off with mine. So for the first one, I've gone for Ziggy for the era, and wanted to split up the band. Pin-Ups, which is where he's singing covers. Sorrow's the big hit off that. Aladdin Sane. Then moving on to Diamond Dogs. The second era I'd choose is what's often referred to as the Berlin Trilogy. And obviously the Berlin Trilogy was Low, Heroes and Lodger. The problem I've got with calling it the Berlin Trilogy was this one, Low, was actually recorded in Chateau d'Urville in France. Funky Chateau, Honky Chateau was it, the Elton John song. So it was mixed at Hansa Studios. Heroes was actually recorded and mixed at Hansa Studios. But Lodger was recorded in Switzerland and mixed in New York. So I want to pick 2 other albums that I want to add to the trilogy. That way I've got something more to do with Hansa Studios. So the ones I've picked are The Idiot by Iggy Pop. The Idiot parts of it were recorded at Chateau d'Urville when they were doing Low, and the second part was actually recorded at Hansa Studios. And then Lust for Life in the same year, 77. This was totally recorded at Hansa and mixed at Hansa Studios. The next question is your favourite Bowie opening track. I nearly went with 5 Years. Woody Woodman's his drumming on the start of that to bring you in. Then the story's brilliant. But I've actually gone for The Width of a Circle off The Man Who Sold the World. When I started going out in the late 70s, early 80s clubbing, I used to go to a club in Manchester called Pips, and they play all the Bowie songs. That was great. I mean, they play Bowie, they play punk, they play Kraftwerk, they played the new electronic music. It was fantastic, absolutely down my alley. But when you went out with friends, sometimes you'd end up in a rock club. And in a rock club, the only Bowie song that they'd actually play was Width of a Circle at the time. Favourite Bowie closing track. I'm going back to Heroes for this one. And it's one of my top 3 songs of all time. And it's Secret Life of Arabia. Just an absolutely stunning, funky track. Beautiful. Right. Question 7. Favourite cover version? I could have gone with Wild is the Wind, or I love I love especially the Drowned Girl on Baal. I absolutely love, there's a version on Moulin Rouge of Nature by the Nat King Cole song. We've just found something out about the one who actually penned Nature Boy, sorry, for Nat King Cole. He was like a proto-hippie who, when they wrote this song, they recorded it, but to get permission they had to find this, I think he's called Eden, and they had to find him. And this is back in the 40s, and they found him and his wife living underneath the first L in the Hollywood sign as a hippie. But I've gone for this one. I've gone for Mother, which is a John Lennon cover. Mainly because it's only arrived this week. I've got it on the cream vinyl. And obviously with it being brand new to me, that's why it's number 1 at the moment. And on the B-side is a Bob Dylan cover of Trying to Get to Heaven. Number 8, favourite collaboration. For this, and the question after is your favourite soundtrack. So I nearly went for this for both of them. It was very close. This is Cat People with Ennio Morricone. So it's the soundtrack and the song Cat People, which is it's a synth-heavy version. It was the original before the guitar version, Stevie Ray Vaughan, that was on Let's Dance. But I much prefer the synth version. But the collaboration I have gone for is Placebo with David Bowie, with Without You I'm Nothing. And the soundtrack I've gone for is Christian F. Wir Kinder von Bahnhof Zoo. I love the film. It's very gritty. And the film actually had Bowie in the film. It was live in concert. I actually went to see him in concert. And as you can see, all the songs on there are Bowie songs. But when this came out, it was the first time that I'd heard Heroes and Helden mixed together in the same song. Question number 10. Favourite Bowie track that doesn't get a lot of attention or enough attention? I've gone all the way back to his debut album, David Bowie. I've got a couple of versions of this. The song that I've picked is London Boys. London Boys tells the story of someone who's just left home. He's left his parents' home. He's going out. He's having fun. He's met a gang who's trying to be cool. So he's taking drugs with everyone. Like young kids are, he's trying to keep cool even though he's not. He starts working in a dead-end job, starts reevaluating things. But Bowie's voice, his emotions when he's singing the song, you can absolutely hear all emotions. And that was on his debut album. Question number 11. Favourite album that Bowie was involved with? Well, I could have had Transformer up there, Lou Reed. I could have had Iggy there. Could have had Iggy albums. They've shown a couple before. But the one that I've actually gone for is the guitarist out of the Spiders from Mars, Mick Ronson, Slaughter on 10th Avenue. Bowie actually wrote, the link, Bowie wrote a couple of songs for Mick Ronson to use on this album. He wrote Growing Up and I'm Fine and Pleasure Man. But in the group it's Mick Ronson, Trevor Bolder, Ainsley Dunbar, Mike Garson. So it's quite a lot of Bowie links on that bit as well. Going to the next question. Favourite Bowie film? I love The Man Who Fell to Earth. I love things like The Prestige, great film. He's been in a lot of films where he's played bit parts. My son's favourite film. What's it called? Mr. Rice's Secret. You don't see that a lot, but I recently bought him that on DVD. My mum's favourite Bowie film, and she didn't really like Bowie, but she loved this film, Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. It's a great soundtrack by Ryuichi Sakamoto, who's also in the film with him, plays opposite him in the film. And the single that came off it was David Sylvian and Ryuichi Sakamoto out of the Yellow Magic Orchestra singing Forbidden Colours. Absolutely beautiful song. And I do like it in the film. There's a bit where Bowie actually sings a hymn. Then afterwards he says, I wish I could sing. Right, next one. Favourite influence on Bowie? It's easy to go for like the Velvet Underground or things like that. But the one I've gone for is Scott Walker. And we've got probably 5-6 albums, Scott Walker albums, but I've gone for this one because he sings Jacques Brel. Bowie was really, really into Scott Walker. He even became the executive producer on the Scott Walker film, like a documentary film called 30th Century Man. Really good if you've not seen it. But also on when it was Bowie's 50th birthday, apart from the Madison Square Garden gig with all the different stars, Radio 1 in the UK had a Bowie special for his 50th birthday. And they had him on the phone, and while he was on, they got Scott Walker to phone up to wish him happy birthday. And Bowie burst into tears because it's his idol who's wishing him happy birthday. Just to give you an idea, I mean, this came out well before Bowie sang these songs. But on here, it's got Amsterdam and My Death, which Bowie did on the Ziggy tour. It's also got the most famous one on here for Scott Walker solo was Jackie. That's on this album. So. The next one, favourite look. My favourite look for Bowie was definitely the same look that he had on Low, on Station to Station. That came from this film, The Man Who Fell to Earth. He just looks a bit, I mean, it's really cool with the slick back hair, the different colours, the invention of the thin white duke, really. I just love that. I love the low cover where he's got his duffel coat on as well. Now that we're on the 2 bonus questions now. If you have seen Bowie live, which concert was best? Well, I've seen Bowie 13 times. Here's some of the ticket stubs. I've not got I can't find the others that I've got. But on here I've got things like Live Aid, the Virtua Festival, that's in Belgium, Bochum, some at Main Road, Wembley, Milton Keynes. Probably my favourite. I mean, Live Aid was a spectacle, but Bowie only sang 4 songs. He should have sang 5, but he actually dropped a song so that they could play the Cars with the video, which actually raised more money on the night than anything else. So fair play to Bowie. He decided it's not about me, it's about raising money for Africa. But the gig that I liked was in 1997. He played a 2,000 capacity at Manchester Academy. And luckily I got tickets for that. I got to the front there. I'd got to the front at quite a few Bowie concerts. But because it was a smaller venue, he was playing his stuff off Earthling and it felt like it was for me rather than some of the Sound and Vision tour. You got people there, they'd complain if they heard Station to Station or something. They just wanted to hear the hits that they knew. They weren't there to experience Bowie. They just wanted to hear hits. Where that felt more like, I'm here playing what I want. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And that's how Bowie lives. Question number 16. What release are you looking forward to in 2021? I know he's got a box set coming out, the last one, the box sets, but I'm not sure. Oh, just before I move on, when we're talking about the live things, even though it was the best live gig, I think the group that he had for the reality tour, which was more or less the same as he had in '97, but I thought they were by far the best Bowie lineup that I've seen live. They were fantastic. People like Gail and Darcy and Jerry Leonard on guitar, just phenomenal. What do I want to see released in 2021? Well, there's that box set, but I'm really hoping that they re-release the Buddha of Suburbia on vinyl. I've got it on CD, but I don't play a lot of CDs. Me and my wife, we actually got this when we went to Paris to see the David Bowie Years exhibition, which was fantastic. Because I tried to get this recently, I couldn't get it. When we were in Paris, they actually sold it in the venue, so I was very happy. I just wish they had it on vinyl. And that's all. 16 questions. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Cheers, thank you.